Hello everyone and welcome to Tigers Weekly. I'm your host, Zach Bayruti. On Saturday, the Pacific men's volleyball team kicks off its season with a doubleheader as they host Grand Canyon University and UC Santa Cruz. We'll catch up with head coach Joe Wortmann as he looks ahead to the 2012 season. We'll also take a look at some highlights from the men's basketball game at Cal State Fullerton as the Tigers opened up Big West Conference play earlier this week with a tough loss to the Titans. On Saturday, the Pacific men's volleyball team will begin its 2012 campaign as they host Grand Canyon University and UC Santa Cruz. We caught up with head coach Joe Wortmann, who's entering his 19th season, to get his thoughts on this year's squad and his take on the upcoming season.
All right, Coach, can you give us your overall impressions of your team coming into this upcoming season?
Well, even though we had quite an extended break between when we finished practicing in the fall and till this past Monday, the boys came back refreshed. I think they're energized. They filled their tanks emotionally, physically. They're ready to go. And so practice for 4 days was very good. They sustained a high level of energy and focus on what they're supposed to do. So it looks good. And then last night we played a very intense, albeit friendly, scrimmage against a team from British Columbia, who's a very good team, and we played at a very high level. I'm really happy with it.
You guys have Taylor Hughes coming back for his junior season, had a team-high 396 kills a year ago, also had 100 blocks. What does his presence mean to your team and him coming back mean to your team?
Well, I don't want to take anything away from Taylor, but the reality is we have a lot of guys coming back. Taylor's a very good player, actually moved from the right side to the left side this year, so some of those numbers may change a little bit. I think his attacking kills will probably go up, his blocking may go down a little bit, but he has a huge presence at the net. Even last night he had some very outstanding blocks. He's actually new at this position, but what we've seen already coming into camp this time, he had, again, 4 sustained high quality practices, days of practice, so our expectations are high for him. His expectations are high. But I want to go back to my original statement. It's more than Taylor. We have Sean Daly coming back, his final senior season. Florian Gornick, his senior season, and those guys are very serious about winning, very serious about the process of being a very good volleyball team.
You talked about some of the seniors. Can you talk about a couple of the newcomers you have?
Well, I think Tommy Carmody, middle blocker, he's about 6'9", I think, 6'8", and he's a very good player. He's got a long way to go in terms of the speed of the game, and we've seen that all fall. Took him aside last night after he watched the first match with Sean Daly in the middle and how fast Sean was, and I said, Tommy, you're not there yet. We have full confidence that you are going to be at that level. You're big, you're strong, you're going to get quick. And he listens, he goes hard, he practices hard. He's a great kid to have out there. And he'll see substantial playing time this year.
Coach, where do you think the strength of your team is going to lie this season?
Well, I really believe that we're going to pick up from last year. We're a very resilient team, and I know Coach Carson and I think that that's super important in a very difficult league. So I know our resilience is going to be good. We're going to be patient with the process of going through the season that we have been all time. We ask the guys to be present in practice when they warm up for a match. We had a little glitch last night. All those things are important because then the product along the way becomes winning. But they have to go through that process. They got to be patient and they got to be persistent in the goals that we've set.
The Pacific men's basketball team traveled to Orange County earlier this week to kick off conference play versus Cal State Fullerton. Despite a valiant effort, the Tigers fell to the Titans by a final of 78-73. Let's take a look back at some of the highlights.
Coach Thomas was talking after the Fullerton game. Tigers ended up losing this one, but played pretty well and were tight at the end of the game.
Yeah, I thought we had a slow start defensively and offensively. I thought we missed a lot of easy shots, but then after we got going, I thought we played a really good second 10 minutes of the first half. I played very well the first 10 minutes of the second half, and it became a tight ball game, and it was back and forth. We made some big shots, but they really stepped up, made big shots when they had to, and they held on to one.
Big weekend, home games, the 5th and the 7th, and it's a short week.
Yeah, it really is. When you have 3 league games in 1 week, it's really tough, but it's tough for everybody, and we have to show what we're made of, and this should build some confidence about our shooting, but we have to get our defense and our rebounding shored up and get more guys participating still. We still have more guys that are on the bench that can help this team, and once we get everybody on the same page playing really well, I think we have a chance.
This weekend, in addition to the opener for men's volleyball, the men's basketball team will host UC Riverside at the Spanos Center on Saturday at 7 p.m. We hope to see you here on campus. Until next time, so long everyone, and go Tigers.